I'm out at job 21895 Renaissance HOA. It's crack fill seal coat. I'm also going to add speed bumps to this, so this is going to be a revision 1 to this bid. All right, so currently we have this crack fill seal coat job, and I'm going to show you the map here. Hopefully I can get into a shaded spot here so you can see it a little bit better. Starting out here at the entrance, it comes in, it has a couple areas of parking, visitor parking. It goes around a circular roundabout and then makes its way, let me see here, makes its way towards the back of the property here. So you got one circular area, then you got a little dead end that goes off to the left, and then it hands off to another circular area in the very back. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to show the cracks on this job, and I want to show where they want to price for speed bumps. Okay, I'm going to head out towards the entrance. In my first video, I'd mentioned how the asphalt's in great shape. I think it could be cleaned with a snuffy. The dirtiest areas are where the parking stalls are. There's no striping in the stalls, but that's where the moss is collecting. But I think a snuffy will clean that. And if we run all along the curb and gutter, you can see there's hardly anything there. It's very clean. So it's going to be a pretty easy job to clean. But here's like one of the cracks from this tree. Okay, I've got to add in a little bit more crack fill. I think at 130 feet, and I think I'm going to have to add another 100 feet. And the reason why is because some of these tree roots have caused some damage. There's also 2 asphalt patches. Here's one of them at the entrance, and then there's one in the middle of the property that we need to fill. So we're gonna have to fill these cracks. So let's move the crack fill up to 300 feet. Move it up to 300 feet so that way we can get those cracks, plus cracks like this over by the water meters here, or the lids. You'll see some cracks I've created since the last time I was out here. Here's another one that's from a tree root going across there. Some of these we might have trouble getting the crack fill to go inside of it, but once we clean them out, it might be a little bit easier. There's the majority of the parking. You got 4 slots right there, and then there's one back towards the middle where I'm parked, where you've got 2 sections of parking. So those are the dirtiest areas, is where the parking stalls are. But I still think we can dry clean it and not power wash. Okay, so as I'm coming around the first bend here from the entrance, you've got where it says 2757. I don't want to put a price in here to do rubber speed bumps going across. So we'd come in from the curb and gutter, like, I don't know, 4 feet, and then come in 4 feet. And then we want to put 2 sets of rubber speed bumps right here. I think they're 6 foot long. And if we order 2 of the end caps for those rubber speed bumps, that would help on the edges so they don't fail, or they don't crack. But it's right here at 2757, right across the road. It's kind of centered in the middle there with 2 end caps. It'd be like 12 feet. I think 12 feet of speed bump right there. Okay, and then as you get down here, farther into almost the middle of the property, just past this intersection, we'll run another set of speed bumps going across. That'll get people who are coming from the back to slow down before they get to this intersection. Going back to the cracks, I told you 300 feet of crack fill. Let's make sure that that's revised to 300 feet. It's to do this crack that's right here, plus you got a crack that's right there. We got to fill that in. This other speed bump, I want to make sure it's not sitting on top of this existing trench. So we would end up putting it just past it, right about where that expansion joint is. We would run the speed bump right across and over to the left side of that joint. Again, we'll want to bring this in like probably 5 feet on this one though, instead of 4. And bring it in 4 or 5 feet, and we'll have 3 sets of speed bumps here, all butted together, and then 2 end caps on the very end. The rubber speed bumps are They've got bolts, so we'll have to drill through the asphalt, put the bolts in. Probably be good to use like a 2-part epoxy, something to hold it in the hole a little easier. Granted, it's asphalt, so those bolts aren't going to hold really well, but they do like the look of the rubber speed bumps. So we're going to give them a price for that. Here's the other parking I was talking about, where you got moss up around the edges. That's where we got to dry clean it. And then the rest of it's all good all the way around the corner, all the way to the back. So we don't have to look at anything else back there. There's a couple cracks that are back there in the back, but just scan the whole property. When the crew comes out, they need to look at all places where there's cracks and try to get them filled. We want to take this big seam where this trench was dug. The asphalt has kind of sunk. I told them that we can run a bead of crack fill on the edge all the way around the outside here, or right on the actual seam, to try to fill it and smooth it out a little bit. I told her it's not going to make this all look flush, but it will cover those seams to help prevent water getting in there. It's a 1-day seal coat job, and there's no striping. Okay, so speed bumps, crack fill, seal coat, and that's it. Probably one separate day to do the speed bumps out here. So send a crew to put the 2 speed bumps in, and then there's a day of cleaning, crack filling, and seal coating in here. Any other questions? Let me know. Thanks. This is revision 1.